want the uncommon testimonies to be your lot, and you want to suffocate the camp of the enemy unto desolation, 12 midnight, rise up. Even if it's only for 20 minutes, take these prophetic prayers you have been given today. It's in your hand now, or collect from the ushers if you don't have, and pray through these prayers within 12 and 1.
Abba Father, I come to you today, bowing in my heart, asking for protection from the evil one. Lord, surround us with your divine hedge of protection. Encompass us round about with your strength and your might. Let all who take refuge in you be glad, let them ever sing for joy. And may you shelter us, that those who love your name may exult in you. For it is you who blesses the righteous man. O Lord, you surround him favor as with a shield. Psalm 5 verse 11-12. Declare them guilty, O God. Let them fall by their own schemes. Banish them because of their many transgressions. For they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them always shout for joy. You will shelter them and they exalt those who love your name. Lord, I ask that you protect our minds. Father, the mind set on the flesh is death, but the mind set on the spirit is life and peace. Romans chapter 8 verse 6. For the mindset of the flesh is death, but the mindset of the Ruach is life and shalom. Adonai, set our minds on you. Let us not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our minds, that we may prove what your will is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect. Romans chapter 12 verse 2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Help us by the power of your Spirit to think on whatever is true. Philippians chapter 4 verse 8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any virtue and if there is anything worthy of praise, dwell on these things. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10-12. Put on the armor of God. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God, so that you are able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the worldly forces of this darkness, and against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. Protection from the wicked. Psalm 140. For the music director, a Psalm of David. Rescue me, Adonai, from the evil man. Protect me from the violent men, who devise evil in their heart. Every day they stir up wars. They sharpen their tongue like a serpent's. Viper's venom is under their lips. Keep me safe, Adonai, from the clutches of the wicked. Protect me from the man of violence who planned to push me off my feet. The proud have hidden a trap and cords for me. They spread out a net by the path. They set snares for me. Selah. I said to Adonai, you are my God. Hear, Adonai, the sound of my supplications. God my Lord, the strength of my deliverance. You shield my head in the day of battle. Grant not, Adonai, the desires of the wicked. Do not let their evil plan succeed, or they will exalt themselves. As for the head of those surrounding me, may the mischief of their lips overwhelm them. Let burning coals fall upon them. May they be cast into the fire, into deep pits, never to rise again. May a slanderer not endure in the land. May calamity hunt down a violent man. I know Adonai will vindicate the poor and secure justice for the needy. Surely, the righteous ones will praise your name. The upright will dwell in your presence. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear. Though the earth change, though the mountains topple into the heart of the seas, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains quake at their swelling, there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy dwelling place of Elion. God is in the midst of her, she will not be shaken. God will help her when morning dawns. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms totter. He utters his voice, the earth melts. Adonai Tzvaot is with us. The God of Jacob is our stronghold. Selah. Come, see the works of Adonai, who brings devastations on the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns chariots with fire. Be still, and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. Adonai Tzvaot is with us. The God of Jacob is our strong tower. Psalm 23. Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Adonai forever. Justice for the oppressed. Psalm 35. Adonai, oppose those who oppose me. Fight those who fight me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and rise up to my help. Draw out also a spear and battle axe. Stop those who pursue me. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. May those who seek my life be ashamed and disgraced. May they be turned back and humiliated. Those who plot evil against me, may they be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of Adonai driving them off. May their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of Adonai pursuing them. For without cause they hid their net for me, and without cause they dug a pit for my soul. Let ruin come upon him by surprise. Let the net he hid entangle himself. Into that same pit let him fall. Then my soul will rejoice in Adonai, and delight in his salvation. All my bones will say, Adonai, who is like you? Rescuing the poor from one too strong for him, the poor and needy from one who robs him. Violent witnesses rise up. They question me about things I know nothing about. They repay me evil for good. My soul is forlorn. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I afflicted my soul with fasting. My prayer kept returning to my heart. I went about mourning as though for my own friend or brother. I bowed down dressed in black as though for my own mother. But at my stumbling they gathered in glee. Wretches gathered against me whom I did not know, tearing at me without ceasing. They mocked profanely, as if at a feast. They gnashed at me with their teeth. My Lord, how long will you look on? Rescue my soul from their ravages, my solitary existence from the lions. I praise you in the great assembly, acclaiming you among a throng of people. Do not let my deceitful enemies gloat over me without cause, nor let those who hate me for nothing wink an eye. For they never speak shalom, but devise deceitful words against the quiet ones in the land. Yes, they open their mouth wide against me, saying, Ha, ha, our own eyes have seen it. You have seen it, Adonai, be not silent. Adonai, be not far from me. Arise, awaken to my defense. To my cause, my God and my Lord. Vindicate me, Adonai my God, according to your justice. And do not let them gloat over me. Don't let them say in their heart, "Ha! Just what we wanted." Don't let them say, "We swallowed him up." May they be ashamed and humiliated. Those who rejoice over my misery, may they who exalt themselves over me be clothed with shame and disgrace. May they shout for joy and be glad. Those who delight in my righteous cause, may they always say, "Exalted be Adonai, who delights in his servants' shalom." Then my tongue will declare aloud your justice and your praises all day. Psalm 91. He who dwells in the shelter of Adonai will abide in the shadow of Shaddai. I will say of Adonai, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. For he will rescue you from the hunter's trap, and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is body armor and shield. You will not fear the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the plague that stalks in darkness, nor the scourge that lays waste at noon. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look on with your eyes, and see the wicked paid back. For you have made Elion your dwelling, even Adonai, who is my refuge. So no evil will befall you, nor any plague come near your tent. For he will give his angels charge over you, to guard you in all your ways. Upon their hands they will lift you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and cobra, trample the young lion and serpent. Because he has devoted his love to me, I will deliver